Hi, my name is Emma Hausman. Thank you for listening to my speech.
And I'm Heidi Hausman, and I will be watching her speech also and recording.
Have you ever been interested in learning about the game of softball? Well, today I will be talking about the basic rules and fundamentals of softball. First, I'll be talking about the basics. There are two teams, the defensive team and the offensive team. The defensive team has 9 players, 6 of which are in the infield, 3 are in the outfield. The infielders are the pitcher, catcher, first baseman, second baseman, shortstop, and third base. The outfielders are left field, right field, and center field. The goal of the defensive players is to get 3 outs in the inning. There are 2 ways to get outs. Either to catch the ball in the air, which is called a fly ball, or to field a ground ball and throw it to first base before the runner gets there. There is an umpire who calls safe or out, and they judge that by if the runner gets there first or the ball gets there first. There's also the offensive team. The offensive team's goal is to hit and to score runs. You can score runs by hitting or getting walked. You get walked by having 4 balls, and you can strike out with 3 strikes. You score by touching all 4 bases. Now I will be talking about the fundamentals of being a good player. I will first talk about the fundamentals on the defensive side. The first fundamental is throwing. In throwing, you start in a T position. So your glove hand is out front facing your target. You want to grip the ball in a C. So you grip it like this, and the ball faces back, so your hand is facing your target. And the next step is to move your body positively towards your target. So then as the ball comes through, you tuck your front arm. Next, you want to have your wrist or your hand outside of your elbow, and the ball is also facing towards your target now. As you finish, you want your arm to come across your body, so your shoulders and hips are facing where you want to throw the ball. Next, I will be talking about how to field a ground ball. The first step of fielding a ground ball is facing your feet, knees, hips, and shoulders towards where the ground ball is coming from. First, you want to have one of your feet in front of the other. As the ball's hit, you see if it's to your left, your right, or in front of you. You move towards the ball. As the ball is coming, you take a couple steps. You always want to be moving. So as the ball's coming, you want to be in a triangle. So your feet are the base of the triangle, and your glove is the tip. You always want your glove to be facing down, so on the top of your glove towards the ground, and you always want to work down to up in case the ball takes a bad hop. And when you field the ground ball, you can either go towards the ball or bring the ball up to your stomach, and then you get into a throwing position. Next, I will be talking about the fundamental to the offensive side, which is hitting. So the first part of hitting is your approach. You want to have a word, a sight, and a touch. So a word is you think of a word in your head, and you say it before you go in the box. A sight is you can either look at your shoes, your batting gloves, or something on your bat, for example. And then a touch is something you feel. So it could be like top of your helmet, your pants, your arm, whatever you want it to be. Then as you're stepping into the box, you want to have a plan. So that's like where you want to hit it and how you want to hit it. So for example, it could be you want to hit the ball in the air, which is how, and in between left and center field, which is where. Then is the actual fundamentals of hitting. You want to have your feet, knees, hips, and shoulders perpendicular to the pitcher. You want to have your knees slightly bent and you're bent over at the waist a little bit. You want to have your elbow up and your hands above your shoulder. As the pitch is thrown, you load and your back elbow connects with your back hips so it opens up your back hips or your hips to the pitcher. As you make contact with the ball, your front arm should be slightly bent. Your back elbow should be touching your hip. And as you hit the ball, you should be extended, both arms straight. After you make contact, you should end high with your bat over your shoulder and your back facing the opposite way. So if you want to be a good softball player, you should practice the basics and fundamentals of what I had said. Thank you for listening to my speech.